Did you see Heredity?
I don't see things. Except for dead people.
No, damn.
Yeah, it's a hard life.
That is a hard life.
They're always like, I'm dead. And I'm like, I have problems too, man.
But you don't understand, man. I am dead.
If anything, you have less problems.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry about healthcare. Like,
You
you're
could
dead.
just, you see that bed? You cocould just sleep on it. You don't have to pay rent. What are they going to do?
God, I would be the laziest ghost. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm not gonna haunt you. I'm just gonna kind of chill. Maybe watch some TV a little bit later. Like, we're cool. Just go on with your life. I'm just here.
Hey, just to let you know, there's so many worse things like out here. There are demons out here. I am holding the fort down. Okay? If I leave your house, there's no telling what's going to happen. So you should just let me chill, grab a few beers. Oh, fuck. I can't drink beer.
Do you think there are ghost beers?
Ghost beer.
If food and stuff goes bad, does it become like ghost food?
Damn, that's a good question.
I
Well,
mean-
all right, so carbon is the element of life. So I guess the food would have to contain carbon for it to become ghost. And there's definitely carbon in beer. So yes,
All right, so there's ghost beer.
Yeah.
Cool.
definitely ghost beer.
That's good to know. That makes me feel safer about the afterlife. More comfortable.
As long as there's ghost beer.
As long
I'm
as
okay.
there's beer.
So if you possess a human, do you also like possess their taste buds and feel and all of that stuff?
Like, all of a sudden, I like halibut.
Oh man, god damn.
Should not have possessed this 80-year-old man.
I've just been eating prunes. Nothing but non-stop
Ah.
prune eating.
Seltzer water makes me burp way too much. Off. Spin off. Podcast. Hi, I'm Brian, and this is Spin Off, the podcast where we what do we do, Shahir?
We take shows that
Uh-huh.
existed in space and time,
Okay,
and we spin them off into new shows.
with new
Base.
spaces and new times.
Possibly.
Okay,
My shows all take place in the 32nd century.
that causes some conflicts for some of your
Yeah,
pitches.
all of them. But yeah, no, we take shows, we spin them off into new shows based off locations, characters, or anything else on the show. Like, if there's a fortune cookie that says the lucky numbers, and we spin that show off into a lucky numbers show.
Fuck, did you read my notes?
Oh shit, did I?
God damn.
I mean, we've slightly been getting this little ESP thing going. So
Well, one day I think we're just gonna both come with like the same exact pitch, like same exact spin-off.
like,
That day's gonna come eventually.
Yeah.
And then we'll just have to end the show.
I mean, I'm dreading it. Every time we come in, I'm like, damn it, did we have the same pitch? And then I'm like, all right, no, good.
We haven't even really gotten close yet though. So
Nope.
I think we're safe. Like, we haven't even gotten like close to the same character.
This is all jinx.
Yep.
We've ruined it
Yep.
now.
Now we're gonna have the same exact person, same exact pitch.
Like down to the T.
Like every word, like we have it written down. Was it 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 typewriters?
I don't know the reference.
Oh, it's I probably butchering this, but it's like the theory: if you get 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 typewriters, eventually they will create the works of Shakespeare.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's 1,000,000.
I feel like
A million
1,000
would make more
is short. Yeah.
1,000,000 would make more sense.
Yeah.
But pretty much saying like eventually like anything will be created, like anything will happen,
So what you're saying is that I have to become a monkey with a typewriter
and multiply
and
yourself
then
by
learn
1,000,000.
how to. Yeah. I was gonna make a multiplicity reference.
Oh,
You walked all over it. So, what show are we doing today?
well, kids, let me tell you a story. We are doing the hit
CBS.
CBS. Good people there at CBS.
Not at all. All right, guys. This is where we talk about the news. Welcome to Spin Off, the podcast where we spin off the news events.
Can we just spin off the news into new news stories?
So, my spinoff of August 3rd, 2018, 6 p.m. edition of Fox 5 News.
I think this is going to be an NBC 4 News at 4 newscast. Seattle, Washington edition.
Yes.
So we are spinning off the hit. We say all the shows are hits. Are we going to do a flop eventually?
Yeah.
the flop show, How I Met Your Mother.
I mean, we could say the last season flop show.
There are points in that season that are pretty good. They're pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. But honestly, when you have a whole series worth of buildup, no one's going to be happy with the payoff. Like, there's no way they can do that successfully. So they did their best.
They did the best
I
they
guess. Maybe.
could. And then they throw it out the window.
I mean, they kind of tied up loose ends.
This is a beautiful story, but fuck your mom. I'm trying to fuck your aunt.
It would have been better if you just met someone who was like, so that's how I met your mother yesterday. And it's like, mister, please stop talking to us.
Or it would have been weird if both of them were Bob Saget's pimp. I mean, they're prostitutes and he was their pimp, and they were just calling him dad as a pet name.
Oh, my God. So How I Met Your Mother, the CBS show, starring people and places and things.
Do you have the description?
I do not.
I'll let you read
Aw.
whichever one you want. There's only two, and one's very short.
All right, short one it is. How I Met Your Mother. A father recounts to his children, through a series of flashbacks, the journey he and his best friends took leading up to him meeting their mother.
Wow.
Red.
Yeah, that's a terrible description
Yep.
of the show. So the show follows this guy named Ted Mosby, right?
Played by.
Played by Josh Ratner. And he is plowing through hoes.
Played by.
Left and right. Played by, let's see, you got Jennifer Morrison. I believe one was Alice Eve.
Zoe Deschanel. No, he never. No, Zoe Deschanel wasn't in it. Who am I thinking of?
Katie Holmes.
Was Katie Holmes in it?
She was a slutty pumpkin.
Oh, she was a slutty pumpkin.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Who else did he sleep with? Robin, of course.
Who's Robin again?
Robin?
Is that another Halloween costume?
Yes. It's Carrie Kelly. It's an adult woman dressed as Carrie Kelly.
No, it's Jason Todd.
But yeah, no, so he's he just tells his children about all of the women he has slept with.
But all the sex and all that stuff is just right being told to children.
Smack the children. You guys like those stories about hitting it, right? Yeah, kids. And what's worse is that he's telling them about stories of him having sex with women after their mom has died. So
yeah.
It's just
yeah. Well, I mean, she's been dead for a year or so, right? At that point,
hey, so your mom's been dead for a year. Should I tell you about how I banged all of these women to get to her?
I feel like it's finally come time in the grieving process to just lay out all of the women that I've slept with before your mother. And then I'll go bang your Aunt Robin again and come back and tell you about that too. Because apparently I share everything with my kids.
She has the smallest arc of all of the women.
You could say she's the most important character of the entire show, and has, first of all, least amount of screen time.
Yeah.
And yeah, they kind of tried to give her a story in itself there. And then she died.
She has the most truncated story of everybody. It's just there's random scenes of him and who's the baker again? I forgot her name. I forgot. It doesn't matter. But yeah, there's random scenes of them.
So I guess we know who you're not spinning off.
There's random scenes of them talking and getting into arguments and stuff. There's none of that with the mother.
Well, it was a perfect relationship. That's why.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He's just well, you guys were alive for the last.
I don't need to tell you
years.
about.
I don't need to tell you about that shit.
I mean, That is a good point. Like, they don't need to know the stories they already lived through.
Also, I mean, and this was made fun of in, I think, what was it, the trailer of like the final season,
Yeah.
when they're just like, you've been telling this story for 10 years.
I went through puberty on this
Yeah.
couch.
Yeah. So the mother being dead for a little bit of time is weird. So did he start telling the story before she died?
Oh my God.
Is that what killed her? She just was consistently sitting in the background hearing about the women that Ted has had sex with as she slowly grows tumors. So yeah, she's just sitting there for 9 of the 10 years that this story is going on.
I'm dying.
Just being neglected for the whole time. Shut up, I'm trying to tell them how I got to you, but you haven't even gotten to me yet. I know, but it's coming, I assure you.
I also had the theory going on that Ted becomes deaf, and that's why he needs an interpreter, Bob Saget, to interpret his story. So I always imagine, like, at the end, it was going to be him, like, signing to Bob Saget, like, all the things to tell to his children.
That's great.
I don't know why no one
that's my spinoff.
I don't know why no one lets me write write shows.
What if it was just he died and that was his will for some reason?
Yeah, like,
just being read by the lawyer.
why did he grow into Bob Saget? And then in the end, it's still him.
Yep.
It's the same actor. He doesn't even sound like Bob Saget when he's talking to his kids in person.
Nope.
Why is his narrating voice Bob Saget? It makes no sense.
Everybody sounds different in their head.
But it'd be like if we sat down to this podcast and, like, I was all of a sudden like Forrest Whitaker.
Friend of the show, Forrest Whitaker.
Next episode, we'll actually have Forrest Whitaker do the voice. Just say it's me.
Yeah, no, that's the weirdest part of the show. It's just why did he grow into Bob Saget, and why couldn't he just talk? Like, voices don't change that much.
Yeah.
Over the course of 20 years, unless it's like infancy,
right? Like, it's not
20.
Right. It's not like a kid's show. Like, it's not like it's him as a kid,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, adult is Bob Saget.
Yeah.
He's an adult. He's in his 30s. Mm-hmm. Did he just not go through puberty yet? Is that...
You know, it'd be weird. What if in 10 years we hear Josh Radnor speak and he sounds like Bob Saget? He just
becomes Bob Saget.
Exactly. What happened to you, Josh? What do you mean? You sound exactly like Bob. Well, duh. Why do you think we cast him on the show?
We saw your future the whole time.
All right. So what is actually, let's talk a little bit more about How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. How did you meet my mother?
Yeah. I came to your house and she was there.
Oh.
Well.
Okay. So how many women have you banged?
Before your mom?
Oh my God. Why did I not see where that was going?
But yeah, no, I really liked the show a lot. I found it through syndication, obviously, not through it actually being on the air.
Oh, I watched it from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I was an early adopter.
Wow. That show came out when we were in like the start of high school?
Yeah, I was a weird kid.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think I started watching How I Met Your Mother until like college. But I enjoyed all of what I saw. And I watched all the seasons when they were playing in marathon on probably FX. Yeah.
Still plays on FX and TBS.
Mm-hmm. I watched all of the seasons and then started watching it live probably in like season 5, maybe.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, How I Met Your Mother was kind of the jumpstart for a lot of people's careers. But at the same time, it was kind of like...
Or like the fire starter.
Yeah.
Jumpstart.
No, because they all had careers beforehand.
Yeah.
But like Neil Patrick Harris kind of dropped out a little bit. Then did Harold Kumar, and then did...
That's what I was saying, Firestarter, because obviously, Neil Patrick Harris was a child star.
Right.
And then got big again based on Harold and Kumar and How I Met Your Mother.
Was like a tuned down version of that character pretty much in How I Met Your Mother.
And then like Allison Hannigan was in Buffy and American Pie.
Right.
And then that kept her like in the spotlight, How I Met Your Mother. I don't know what Josh Radnor was doing before How I Met Your Mother.
Jason Segel, did he?
Freaks
Well,
and
he was in
Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks, yeah, but he did Sarah Marshall after How I Met Your Mother was already running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that pretty much got his whole thing going.
And then Colby Smothers.
This is gonna be the podcast. You're just trying to pronounce her name.
Colby Smolders. Kobe Smuckers.
Heiress to the Smuckers fortune.
Colby Agent Maria Hill. I don't know what Agent Maria Hill was doing before, but after she was during she was in Avengers.
I guess Avengers could kind of be a How I Met Your Mother spinoff. That could just be what she does after How I Met Your Mother.
Married to Taron Killam.
Cool.
Kobe Smulders. And before How I Met Your Mother, she did
Nothing.
absolutely nothing. She was in Walking Tall as the eye candy. She was in a show called Veritas: The Quest.
Guess
That's
it's a good
That's
thing
not-
she got on How I Met Your Mother.
and she was in a lot of episode appearances of other shows. So it made everybody stars. And then Josh Radnor decided to make drama movies, dramatic small movies, independent movies.
And a TV show, Depressing Glee.
Yeah. What was that show called that got canceled?
I forget.
Sorry, what it asks.
Song, sing song, stronger song.
Stomp, the musical. It was called Rise. I was wrong.
Oh, Rise. Okay.
So now that we've talked a lot about How I Met Your Mother,
And not a lot at the same
And not a
time.
lot
It's
at the
weird
same
how we're
time,
really
yeah.
good at doing that.
what is your plot?
For my spinoff,
What is your spinoff?
my spinoff plot,
Your plot
my
for your
plinoff.
your plot for your spinoff, as
Okay.
well as the name of your spinoff, the genre of your spinoff, and the channel of your spinoff.
Okay. So I feel like I need to start this with a bit of a disclaimer.
I've never seen How I Met Your Mother.
I thought we were doing How I Met Your Father, the not picked up spinoff of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, so this stars Greta Gerwig.
No, so I started to come up with this concept and got really excited and really into it. And I plotted it out. I wrote the whole thing and was really happy with it. It wasn't until after I had a fully constructed plot and pilot episode that I realized what a horrible, horrible mistake I had just made. Because for my spinoff, I am spinning off McLaren's own Carl.
Well, today's the day we had the podcast.
No. Did you spin off Carl too?
We really jinxed ourselves there.
Okay, but I feel like I need to clarify. We don't talk at all about our ideas. I said it was going to be bad because I thought Shahir was just going to start doing his choral thing.
And it was. The sad part is, I put so much effort into my misdirect. So I'm gonna pretend like yours didn't. You know what? Just go.
Now, if it gets to the same plot, I'm going to be very concerned. I think we'll just have to end this.
I think so.
Well, hey, I guess you can call getting into the double digits like a landmark episode number. Some people like to do like 50 or 100. Nah, 11, we're done.
Note to self: when you hit 10 episodes, you become a hive mind.
I think we've been spending too much time together.
All right, so let's just hear the plot of your show.
So, my plot. Carl, the McLaren's owner or just bartender? For my spinoff, he's an owner, but it's never actually mentioned.
Well, he mentions that he's gonna pass the bar down to his son. It's now a family bar, so.
I mean, yeah, but he could also just like be really determined bartender. Like, no, my son's gonna be a bartender here, whether he likes it or not.
He also has the keys to the place, and
Bartenders have keys if they're like
Do
been
they-
there for a long. If they're managing bartenders.
So I guess he could be the manager, not the owner.
Anyway, he's the owner.
Okay,
For
yeah.
this, he's the owner. So Carl, a vampire.
All right, great.
I was going to be really concerned if you were just like, shit.
But now I'm just very interested. All right, great.
Carl is a vampire, but also a raging alcoholic. So drinking regular alcohol has no effect on him. So he must siphon the blood from overly intoxicated bar patrons in order to get his buzz. Carl is just one of the members of an underground clan of vampire business owners in New York City. And after the mysterious death of 2 police officers, both of who were actively helping to keep the vampire clan hidden, Carl must take extra caution in order to continue the safety and security of himself and the clan. Is that in the ballpark of your
Not
your
even
pitch?
close. That's actually so good. I don't even want to tell you what mine is anymore.
But you do know I went the vampire route, right?
No.
In the episode where Ted forgets everything,
Mhm.
Marshall just says, "Do you think Carl's a vampire?" There's a reference later on in the episode where Ted is very drunk and asks him if he's a vampire, and then it's never mentioned again. So it's
Mhm.
just like, all right, he's a vampire now.
So what is the genre of your show and what is it called?
So the show's name is From Dusk Till Carl. It's a 1-hour drama on HBO.
Okay,
It's
cool.
an HBO show.
All right.
They like their vampires.
I'm going to pretend like none of that ever happened and continue my entire spiel.
Cool. So did you like my Neil Patrick Harris spinoff called Barney's, where he opens a clothing store for men and has just to fight legal trouble the whole time?
No, you don't understand. It's IES, not NEYS.
You can just pretend that's my pitch. It's fine.
Cool. All right.
So Shahir, what's your pitch?
The title of my show is How I Met Your Grandma. Plot. Ted discusses, in Josh Ratner's voice, how he met Robin and not Tracy to his grandchildren. Just kidding. That is not my spinoff. The title is actually McLaren's. The plot is, after being overwhelmed with the utter boredom of North Dakota, Dennis Reynolds bails on his wife and kid and turns to New York to set new roots away from his family and friends back in Philadelphia, taking over as the bartender of the How I Met Your Mother favorite bar, McLaren's. That's right, another crossover. Just kidding. My real show is a single-camera dramedy revolving around McLaren's, its owner, Carl, and finally showing the full bar.
I feel bad. You worked so hard on that build-up.
Yep. And it's all written. You know it's there.
I feel like you were so proud of
I
your...
was very proud. I was actually going to do it as McLaren's, where Dennis Reynolds takes over the bar. But after writing that, it was announced that Dennis Reynolds would appear in full in the next season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I was like, well, fuck, that takes away that. So I switched it over and I was like, I'll just do Carl. And I regret it. The whole pilot is about McLaren's, and it has nothing to do with vampires. It's a dramedy, and it is on CBS All Access.
Is All Access different than regular CBS?
Yeah, that's their streaming app.
Okay, cool. I like how you have a lot of faith in the show.
First of all, Star Trek Discovery is a really good show, and that's going to propel viewership to McLaren's.
I just feel like if a network doesn't care about a show enough to put it on like their main network, they put it straight to their streaming service. I mean, I guess they could just really want to boost their streaming service, so they have a lot of faith in the show. that
Also,
it'll draw
streaming
people.
services are the way to go, and people generally watch network television on streaming services.
Right, but like they put their network shows on streaming services, though.
Mhm.
They could just play. I mean, but then it wouldn't be all at once. I guess they could pull Freeform and put it on their streaming service, but then also play it week by week. Which I never understood, because who's watching all of it and then like, I want to watch it again on a weekly basis.
I don't think that happens on Freeform, right?
They did.
For what show?
Their first couple shows that they put out, they released all of it on streaming, and then they still played the show like week to week.
Okay. All right. So I'm eager to hear your pilot, actually.
This is where I let you down.
I mean, I'm royally dropping the bar compared to yours, so just I'm going to preface this by saying vote for Brian's. He took Carl in a much better direction. but he does have 2 Coral pitches in a row. I should have realized that you really love the name Carl. Yes. But then I thought maybe he won't do Carl because he did Carl in House.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like I was honestly saying like I did it and then realized why that was terrible that I did that.
I thought it would be funny to do it, and
Yeah.
then it backfired.
Wow, we're just really screwing up this podcast here. Good thing no one will hear this episode.
Good thing we're throwing it away forever.
This becomes our lost episode that we like hype up constantly. We're like, oh man, you should listen to the lost episode.
It's just not good.
They're like, oh, you mean the show? No, the episode that was lost. I'm not talking about our other show where we spun off Lost. We're also never going to spin off Lost.
Our lost episode is lost.
Our best episode was our lost episode. Both about Lost and Lost. It's the Lost episode.
Check out our chips episode where we just eat chips.
It's just
Utz. Lay's. Sun chips.
Pringles. Oh no, I popped and I can't stop.
God damn it. 16 hours later. Why are you still listening to this?
Please, somebody call for help.
Why did I have so many Pringles in the house?
Why did we buy 500 tubes? Who could eat this many Pringles?
Just tell us your pilot so we can be done, goddammit.
All right. So it's closing time at McLaren's pub. Carl is cleaning up while an extremely intoxicated man is sitting at the bar. He drones on, and Carl continues to go about his nightly cleanup routine while occasionally nodding, pretending to listen. After shouting, "Go Giants!" he passes out and collapses over the bar. The man, not Carl. I should have specified that more clearly. Carl looks around before taking out a wipe and swiping the man's neck. He quickly leans down, bites into his neck, and sucks out the blood. He lifts away from the neck right before the man sits up. He throws his money on the counter, stumbling out of the bar. As he exits, a police officer slides in. He approaches the bar. He goes, "You know the problem with having a glass door is that anyone can see in." There's a long pause. "And I will never understand how you can put your lips on a dude's neck like that and not puke." A dude like that's neck, not a dude's neck like that. That sounds homophobic. I did not mean to sound that way. I meant to sound like that guy was just a gross looking dude.
Gotcha.
Okay. Glad I cleared that up. All right, so they exchange laughs as Carl pours him a drink. So obviously they're friends. The officer tells Carl that he feels that someone is onto them. He doesn't know how much longer that they can be protected, and that he should be careful who he trusts. The next day, Carl gets a call from his closest friend / fellow vampire business owner, Gary. Gary owns an adult video store.
Is it karaoke?
Oh, fuck, yeah. There's not enough names in the world here.
Maybe you start using some black names, like Darnell.
In my head, he's played by Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi could be a Darius.
Yeah, he could be, actually. So Gary owns an adult video store.
That checks out.
Yeah. So I guess next day, meaning next night, because Carl's not going out in the day. He's a vampire. So he gets a call from Gary and goes to his adult video store. It's in a basement. And so that's when Gary tells him that the police officer who he was talking the night before was found dead that day, along with another police officer who was also one of them protecting the clan, which I mentioned in my pilot synopsis, so none of this is important. So he suggests that they should leave the city that night to protect themselves. Carl goes back to the bar where we're introduced to Tish, Carl's long-term girlfriend, and she tells him that she is pregnant. And that is my pilot episode. I don't know how that would last for an hour, but it does somehow.
Could make it 30 minutes. It's entirely doable.
It's HBO hour drama. I said it. It is law.
The credit sequence is phenomenal, but it also takes up 12 minutes.
I didn't mention they're all puppets, so it takes a lot of puppeteers.
Okay.
No, it's live action.
All right. So the pilot of my show, McLaren's.
How many vampires are in it?
0.
Oh,
maybe.
I'm already disinterested.
Maybe 1. The camera tracks through the doors as a customer walks into a lively McLaren's during happy hour. He passes a booth where the gang is seated, the cameo of the original cast of How I Met Your Mother. And the camera continues through the wall to see Carl seated on the floor, surrounded by boxes and looking through Beals. Jessica Biel.
It's just a pile of Jessica Biels.
Seated on the floor, surrounded by boxes and looking through bills, showing past due notices, collections, and loan denials. He sighs, gets up, puts on a happy face, and returns to his bartending shift. Back at his apartment, Carl is greeted by his pregnant girlfriend.
Oh my God.
At least this is different. Yasmin, played by former porn star Mia Khalifa in her acting debut. They have a heartfelt discussion on changes that he has to make to become a better bar owner, learning that all of this stems from a series of unfortunate financial woes, starting with giving away all the free beer from the broken tap referenced in Blitzgiving. He decides to shape up and get on the right track. First, by making a call to John Taffer.
Is that like, oh my God, is that like a regular occurrence though? That the tap just breaks and he's like, free beer.
No. It's just that one time that happened.
That one time broke him?
Yeah, it got rid of all of the stock.
Is this your Bar Rescue spinoff?
Yeah, this is my Bar Rescue spinoff.
I feel like we're super referencing our house episode in this one.
I know.
Okay. Oh, that's what you did all on purpose?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the part of the comic book where just underneath it, it says book number 8. So episode number 9.
So, how many seasons does my trash show get? Just say one, it's okay. CBS All Access is probably going to fail before this show gets to production.
7.
No.
Because 1, I feel bad for you.
I don't want it.
You don't want my pity.
I don't want your
pity
pity
seasons.
7 seasons.
Fine. 3 seasons.
1 season.
Okay.
Let's settle at 13 episodes.
How's that settling?
Because there's 26 episodes in a season.
It's less than both of us said originally. No, I can see yours running for a solid 3 seasons as long as CBS streamed. No, you know what's going to happen? It's going to go 1 season, and they're like, you know what? I think this is good enough for a general audience, so we're going to throw it on a regular CBS.
You think Mia Khalifa is going to make the performance of a lifetime?
Yeah, she's going to surprise the world with more than her body.
Okay.
Her soul.
And then Carl, obviously the star, who's really going to propel this into the next level.
Yeah.
At least your show has vampires. My show has nothing to stand on.
It's a family, like, make it in the world dramedy. We need more of those.
So 1 season.
I'm giving you 3 seasons.
Your show is on HBO.
Yeah.
And is the rightful successor to True Blood because it has vampires, of course. And it has Steve Buscemi, who was in Boardwalk Empire.
He's also an HBO legend.
HBO vet. I'm going to say that it gets 126 seasons because
it gets an impossible number of seasons.
He's a vampire and he can live forever.
But the actor can't.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'm going to go with 5 seasons.
Okay.
Like a network show could get 6 seasons.
Can at least have like a final, like a bad season where like all the original cast is left, but they're still trying to hold it together.
Not on HBO.
Okay. No, well, you're right. That doesn't happen on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 5 seasons fair. I'll accept it.
I think Boardwalk got 5 seasons. That's why I said that.
Yeah. But how many did True Blood get?
Too many.
Honestly, when I was choosing to spend HBO, I kind of forgot about True Blood.
They got 7 seasons.
Okay.
56 episodes. It's a lot. It's a lot to tell your Carl story.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it gets deeper.
I'm not gonna lie. Just giving it 5 seasons based off that pilot is really hard because there's potentially just 26 minutes of filler in there.
There's a lot of walking around New York City at night.
Okay. So a question that I had to ask for Carl is I'm almost certain that they have been at the bar while he's there when it was daylight out. So is he a daywalker? Does he just glow like the Twilight
Have they
vampires?
When it's day? I thought it was only at night.
No.
Well, I mean, it's a dimly lit bar, so he's okay for short amounts of time.
Yeah, but how'd he get there? Does he live in the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of holes in this. Stop poking at him. I took a sitcom and made it an hour-long vampire drama.
What more do you want from me, okay?
I'm doing my best, goddammit.
All right. I'm sorry.
Just because you don't like your Carl pitch as much doesn't mean you can shit on mine.
That's exactly what it means. All right. Now's the time I tell you again to vote for Brian's show because my Carl show. Well, actually, we have nudity in my show. I'm sure he has nudity.
Oh,
in
we
his.
have
It's on
nudity
HBO.
in my show too.
But I have Mia Khalifa in mine.
I have Steve Buscemi.
Okay, so I guess you're voting between Mia Khalifa pregnant and Steve Buscemi nude.
I mean, who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah, so if you want to vote for nude Steve Buscemi, vote for From Dusk Till Carl. And if you want to vote for pregnant but nude, fake pregnancy,
Pregnant but nude.
pregnant nude Mia Khalifa, vote for the name of my show. I don't know. McLaren's. Yes, vote for McLaren's.
Wait. They allow nudity on CBS Stream?
Yeah, they do now.
Okay. Oh, do they?
Uh-huh.
Oh, are you making that up because I don't know anything about CBS Stream?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So where can they vote for these, Shahir?
They can vote at tangentcreates.com/spinoff.
Oh, that sounds like a cool website. What else can you do there?
You can check out Keynote Comics and Don't Fake Podcasts. And you can also check out our back episodes
And this episode.
and this episode.
All episodes.
And you could like view our films and stuff. And,
Yeah, I don't know why you
like,
want to do that.
commercial work, and you could hire us.
I think after listening to this, they don't want us doing anything creative at all.
I was gonna hire you guys, but then I listened to your spinoffs, and it's a no for me. Also, Brian, where can they find us other than tangentcreates.com?
Lots of places. You can find us on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it is Spinoff on Facebook. Is it Facebook spinoff.com /face spin?
It's something.
Spin that
I think
face
it's
one
just
more time, baby.
spinoff.
I don't know how Facebook pages work. Yeah, spin-off. It's spin/off, and then you'll see our faces there when you get on Facebook. But we on Twitter, we are Spin-Off-Cast. We're also on Instagram, Spin-Off the Podcast on Instagram. You can also use that same name and email us a question, comment, concern, or just say hi at spinoffthepodcast@gmail.com.
Send us your Carl pitch.
Yeah, you know what? Send prove to us that someone is listening, because no one's voting. But I probably, if they can't click a vote button, they're probably not going to write out a whole pitch. But pitch Carl, pitch a Carl spinoff. No, pitch a How I Met Your Mother spinoff to us. We'll read it and then be mad that we didn't think of it, and then just feel bad about ourselves.
Yeah. So you just canceled the show. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I would say don't worry about us stealing it, but like, what are we going to do with that? Like,
We're going to shop it.
we can't get people to pick up our pitches. What are we going to do with yours?
All right. And then if you're not listening to us on tangentcreates.com, you
I'm
can
not.
listen to us there, or you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts
Oh, man, where else?
or Stitcher
Oh, where else?
or YouTube.
I don't listen to things on YouTube.
You can watch our face on YouTube for probably like an hour or so.
But I have YouTube Premium.
Oh, yeah. So then you can turn the screen off and just put it in a pocket.
Yeah, so it's like a real podcast
Yeah.
that I could just listen to on the 3 other methods of listening to this podcast.
But no, you want to watch it on YouTube for some reason.
I'm sorry for anyone listening to this on YouTube. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We really appreciate you, actually, because if anything, at least we can monetize videos on YouTube. We can't monetize Stitcher
Yeah, you know
or
what?
Apple
Listen-
Podcasts.
Listen to this more on YouTube,
Yeah,
please.
just keep listening to this on YouTube.
Yeah. Everyone just go to YouTube.
Thanks for listening.
Once again, I'm Brian,
I'm Shahir.
and this has been
Spin-Off.
Off. Spin-Off. Podcast.
Baby, round, 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 round.